Before this video starts, I just wanted to mention that this is a super old tutorial that I just never uploaded and I just found it in my files. It's really old, but it does a pretty good job at showing you guys what to do still, so enjoy. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a disco funk pop song, going for something in the style of like Dua Lipa or Bruno Mars. And I created a short little sample of an original track, and I'll break down the song's elements, the sounds of those elements, the mixing, the structure and arrangement of the track, and all that jazz. And hopefully by the end of this tutorial, you can make a song in the similar style to this little sample that I made. Set the tempo around 110 to 115 BPM. Start off by making some chords. And if you're having any trouble coming up with chords, my best advice for you is to use chord.com. It works really well with giving some basic ideas for chords. Next, we're going to chop up these chords into a little simple rhythm. And for the sounds of these chords, I use this piano preset from Flex, this other piano preset from Flex, and then this simple chords preset from MHA's Vital Sound Bank Volume 3. Make sure to turn off all the reverb on like the sources of these sounds. And for mixing, I have an OTT in here just to boost some of the highs and the mids of the sound, and also just add a little bit of compression. And EQ in here just to take out a little bit of the lows over here, and then some of the frequencies that were peaking in the mid region, and a very prominent sidechain that you could probably hear as well. Next, take the bass notes from those chords and put them into some bass presets. So like, for example, you're going to have notes like this that are going to be your bass notes. I just moved them around a little bit and chopped them up just to give it a little bit of a groove. For the sounds of these, I used a 808 preset from Flex, this bass preset from Flex, and then this bass preset from Flex as well. Try to get some like very acousticy and slap sounding basses, and then this is just like a lower end support for the basses. For mixing, I have a similar OTT as earlier, but just with the lows turned up as well, because this is a bass line, you want the lows to be amplified as well, and the same sidechain from earlier. Next, I literally just copy and pasted that bass line and turned it into a melody. Try to get it like retro synthy sounding like that. And for the sounds, I used this configuration from Mini Synth, which is a stock plugin in FL Studio, and then this preset from Flex as well, this guitar preset, this talk box sounding retro thing. For mixing, I put a Fruity Blood overdrive on there, nothing done to it, just the preset thrown in there, just to amplify the sound a little bit. An EQ just to really take out the lows. A reverb just to make the sounds fill up the mix a little more. Same OTT from the chords from earlier, just to help out with the compression and boosting some of the frequencies in the higher and mid ends. And the same sidechain from earlier. Next, I just have one note playing on a string in the background. And the purpose of this is just to build up some ambience and fill up the mix a little bit. I use this string preset from Flex, and all I did for mixing is put a sidechain on there. Next, I just have a little funky guitar loop. Some good resources to go get something like this are from Looperman or Splice. This one in particular is from Splice, but Looperman is a free alternative kind of to Splice, and you could get tons of stuff like this. Now for the drums. I have a kick, I have a snare, I have a clap, I have another clap, and they're put into a simple rhythm like this. I have some other stuff to fill up the drum loop a little bit. I have this like percussion tambourine loop. I have this bongo loop down here. And then I have some fills as well. Like in the beginning of the drum loop, I have this. And then in like the end of one bar of the drum loop, I have this fill. And when you put everything all together, it sounds like this. As you can hear, the percussion really amplifies this drum loop. And for effects, for the chorus part of this, I just have a simple downlifter. A little reverse crash that I kind of split up. It used to be one thing, but then since there's a break in the drums and stuff, I just let it up and then split it and then let it go down. Like that. And then I have a drone playing in the background as well. This is just to kind of build up some atmosphere and fill up the mix a little bit. Same with the string loop from earlier that we made. And then to introduce the drum loop, I also have this reverbed clap. Kind of serves as like an impact. Now for the structure part of this tutorial, for any verse or anything like that, you kind of just want a simplified version of the drum loop. All I have right here is the kick and the snares and claps, none of the percussion or anything like that that comes in later. I only have the bass line and the guitar playing 2 bars in, and then after this kind of like verse or bridge part is done, I have the quote-unquote chorus part. You have the melody, the chords, the bass line and guitar that were from earlier, the string loop, and then everything for the drums, and then you have the atmospheric drone, and then the reverse crash stuff and the downlifter right there. And then the only thing that I have left to show you is this right here, which is an automated plugin that I have on the master, just to kind of introduce the track more vintagey and try to introduce it with like a vinyl-y type vibe. And after all that, here's the final result.